all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back here on the Bossman Show, here with Coach Mark Montgomery, the Northern Illinois Huskies out of the MAC Conference. Coach, how things go up there in DeKalb, man?
Well, it's cold right now, but it's nice and warm in the gym when we have opponents come in. But everything else, when you're in first place, you feel pretty good. But we have 5 games left, so anything can happen.
Yeah, Coach, I was just up there in Illinois for the All-Star Weekend with the Hawks and Trey Young and those guys, man. I was freezing, man. I was glad to get back home to Atlanta on Monday morning for sure.
We feel the same way when we're on the road, and we just had an Ohio trip, and the temperatures from Ohio to Illinois is definitely a difference. But we like it here in the fall, in the summer, because the weather's great. And we don't have to deal with your humidity.
You got that right, because it will tap you out in a heartbeat, won't it?
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Well, Coach, you're in the middle of year 9 leading the Huskies. So tell us, Coach, what's been your greatest accomplishment in your mind since taking over this program 9 years ago?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
I was saying, what do you feel like your greatest accomplishment has been since taking over this program 9 years ago?
Well, the conference, since I left Michigan State, it's always the MAC conference is always challenging. And I'm coming off of you take the last couple of years, we had to deal with Buffalo, who won multiple games in the NCAA tournament. And then before that, it was Ohio, Kent State. So the MAC conference is one of the top mid-major conferences in the country. we're ranked anywhere from 9 to 11 with the, when they rate, if it's the Big Ten, the SEC, the Pac-10, the Pac-12, whatever. So, being a top 10 in a top 10 conference, you have to make sure you recruit well. You have to have good players. They have to be well coached, and you have to get them from just about everywhere. We have them from the Midwest to the West Coast to down south. We have a kid from Atlanta on our team. So, we've got a few transfers. So, but the league, it's one of the top leagues, like I said, in the country, and we look forward to that. It helps recruiting.
Yes, indeed. And I feel like, the MAC is, like you said, one of the best mid-major conferences in America. And, Coach, I feel like you can get, like I say, it's kind of with your location, you get kind of players from all over, one opportunity to play, who might not get that high major offer, but can still play in a pretty quality mid-major conference and still get in. Because I'll tell you, all the time, Coach, is this. If you put out good film and good tape, the scouts going to find you. You'll play overseas or the NBA or the G League somewhere. But if you play the right way and you develop over your 4 years in school, by the time you become a senior, somebody will find you and find a place for you. And if you want to be basketball your career before you hang it up for good.
Well, just talking two players from we had two seniors last year, Levi Bradley and Dante Thorpe, and they both averaged over 15 points. They're both playing over in Europe right now, so they have good contracts. We have Marin Maric, the European kid that came over here and played for 4 years. He's over in Turkey playing. So the better players in our league have gotten contracts in Europe. C.J. Massenberg was at Buffalo. He has a 10-day deal. He's in the G League, the D League, whatever league they call it now. So the better players, if you're all conference on one of our first, second, and third teams, you get looked at. You get invited to Chicago. You can get invited to Portsmouth. Like our best player right now, who's lead the lead in scoring, Eugene German. The last 2 years, he's tested the waters. He had NBA trials in Chicago, Milwaukee, Indiana, Detroit. So it's not like he's not seen. I think when you're in our conference, we get to play against, like some of the non-conference games we played this year, Iowa State. We played St. Mary's, who was in the top 25, Pittsburgh. Over the years, we played Marquette, DePaul, Michigan State. So, being in our mid-major conference, we're still playing an unbelievable schedule where our best players are being seen by NBA scouts. And like you said, it doesn't matter what conference you're on. The scouts and the European scouts, they come and watch. They know a kid if he can play or not.
Yeah, they're right. Now, Coach, last year you guys won 17 games. So what did you guys prioritize in the spring and summer and fall to get ready for the season? Because you all are doing very well this year so far.
We went 17-17 last year, and we lost in the semis to Bowling Green by 2 points. And then Buffalo ended up beating Bowling Green in the final. And we had a good nucleus of that team coming back. For us, it always starts in June, where our guys come up about like June 15th, and we have a summer session where we get to work with them 8 weeks. But, in the summer it starts with just our strength and conditioning program, getting our young guys acclimated to our system, but just building cohesiveness with the incoming team. So, for us, it starts in June. We're there in July, 2 weeks in August. We give them a break, and then we kind of gear up in the fall just for our preseason because we knew we were going to have a tough schedule. But just working on the fundamentals. Anytime you can dribble, shoot, and pass, those things, and you get those things better, and then you get sound defensively. We're one of the top defensive teams in our conference, and just getting everyone on the same page, I think it helps you to have a successful year. And, knock on wood, we stayed injury-free so far, and that helps too.
And, Coach, I want to point out the conditioning program because that's key to the nutrition piece, the sleep piece, the lifting piece for maintenance and for bulk, keeping guys healthy from November through March because, this spans over 2 semesters. From November through March, that you get these guys healthy. They got to play hard for you at least twice a week starting in January and February with the conference play in March there, and then the tournament on top of that. So this time of year is having guys to peak at the right time and not have them be gassed is very important. So how's it go about trying to pace yourself with the guys, giving the guys bouncing enough rest versus work to make sure the guys can peak for you right now, where it's very crucial with these last 5 games, plus the match tournament in Cleveland there?
Well, like you said, it starts in the fall for us, and we know it's a marathon and not a sprint. Where you start off your preseason, where you're going 2.5, 3 hours. What we try to do is we still try to lift twice a week. Our practice is already cut down to about an hour 15. You might spend another 15 minutes on film, but we're fortunate enough to have a nutritious bar. We have a full-time strength and conditioning coach. But like the stuff you're talking about, we preach to them rest. Right now it's just eat, sleep, schoolwork, basketball, and then rest. And that's so important. And then especially up here in the north where the elements of the winter, you got to have your hat on, your gloves, your jacket, your scarf, because you're traveling, you're in and out of planes, you're on a bus. So that you have to eat, and we do training table, you have to eat and sleep and drink a lot of liquids. It helps. And we've kind of stayed away from the flu. Thank God. Hit us a little bit, but you know what? We preach it, and we have different people to come in and talk to them and give them those little seminars or those little pep talks. Because you're right. Right now, we want to be playing our best basketball come March. So we're not trying to overwork them. We just want to make sure our guys are sharp, focused, pay attention to detail, go out there and bring their best on game day, and that's all we can ask.
And, Coach, you guys in non-conference play had to make you really happy because, like you said, you guys played a tough non-con schedule, challenging your team. To get 7 wins out of that, knowing what the gauntlet you guys played, had to make you really happy as your guys jumped into MAC play after the preseason non-conference play there.
We always try to challenge ourselves in the non-conference because we know the conference is important. We had a Valley team. We played Northern Iowa to start the year. We knew they were going to be good coming in. They're leading the Missouri Valley right now, and they kind of got us at our place. But like I said, when we played Oakland, we played Toppin, we played Longwood, we played St. Mary's, Iowa State. I think all those teams prepared us for conference play. It doesn't matter. Non-conference, we had dog fights going into the year. We're not in uncharted waters. So we knew going into the year before the MAC conference started what we needed to work on or what we needed to get better at because of our non-conference schedule challenged us. And I think it helped. We lost some games, but we also won some games. We went on a 6-game winning streak in the non-conference. Just for happens, we had a 6-game winning streak in the MAC play. I think when you play tough schedules, it gets you ready for it. We're going to take our lumps. You're going to win. You can lose 1 or 2 games, but in the long run, we know we're going to win more games than we lose if we stay the course and we keep plugging.
And right now you guys 8-5. You got 5 games to go, and the MAC is a very tough conference there. So I know you guys are trying to keep. So how are you trying to tell your teams to kind of prepare that like a mini series here? We got 5 games to go. This kind of tune up for the match tournament because that's really where it counts. Because you can't depend on the at-large bid. Sometimes maybe major conferences, you have to really depend on that automatic bid. So are you trying to tell them this is a mini series? Let's try to win these 5 games to secure our spot, seeding the tournament wise, so we can try to make a good run there in Cleveland.
Well, what we're trying to do is, we want to win the MAC West, so we're a game up on Ball State and Central Michigan. So we position ourselves in a good position. Now, the goal over that is to get a first-round bye to Cleveland and don't have to play in the playing game on a Monday night. So if we just, if we could finish strong, like you said, we had 5. We had 3 at home, 2 on the road. It'd be great to win them all. We're concentrating more on Central Michigan this weekend, and that'll get us to 9. In our conference, previous years have shown if you win 10 or 11 games, 12 games, you're going to get that first-round bye. So it's in reach for us. Bowling Green and Akron, they're sitting at 10-3. So you never know what to shake out. If we can go on a 5-game streak, they lose a couple games, and we tied for the best record, that'll help because that potentially can get us an NIT berth. But if not, you know what? Let's just take care of business what we can control. If we just win our home games, more likely we'll win that the MAC West. But like you said, you want to keep momentum. I just want our guys playing the best basketball before we get to Cleveland, and then it's a 3-day tournament there, and I take my team up against anyone in those 3 days.
You kind of mentioned home right now. You guys doing great at home right now, Coach. 9-3 at home. So talk about the emphasis of what your guys are winning at home, defending the home court there in DeKalb there.
Well, you got to win your home games. If you're going to compete for a MAC West championship or an overall league championship, you got to win your home games. And in conference, we've only lost one to Akron. So we've been defending home court. Nothing's a given. You got to earn it. But if we take care of business at home, steal maybe 1 or 2 on the road, then it's something special. You try to split those road games because it's not easy when you go to Kent State, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Buffalo. But you know what? My team's been fortunate enough that we've won 6 road games this year, which is huge, 5 in conference. So we gave ourselves a chance. So we just got to finish strong here. And like I said, pay attention to detail, play with great energy, play with great effort, and then let our defense lead to some offense, and I think we should be fine down the stretch.
That's one I got for you, coaches. Who have been some coaches in your career who really helped you along the way, kind of gave you a spark to want to get into coaching and lead young men and help young men play a role in their lives and being great husbands, fathers, and just great overall citizens going in and allows out to basketball?
Well, it always started with my dad. He got me involved in the game, even though he's passed away. But when you got a father figure in your life, growing up, that does help. But then from there, it goes to my high school coach, Ernie Price. That it's funny that you asked because he still comes to my games when we play the schools in Michigan. I grew up right outside of Detroit. So then my college coaches were very influential. They influenced me a lot, from Tom Izzo, who recruited me, and I played under Judd Heathcote for 4 years. And then when I got my chance to get into coaching, Jay Smith was at Central Michigan at the time. He gave me my first opportunity. So I was there for 4 years, and then I went back to Michigan State and worked for Tom Izzo for 10 years. But I also say the assistant coaches you work with over the years, you learn a lot from your assistants. And then you also learn a lot from other assistants and head coaches throughout the country. And I got a good network. But just the Michigan State tree, when it was Mike Garland, who was the head coach at Cleveland State, Doug Wojcik was the head coach at Tulsa, Jim Boylan, right now he's the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, and he was at Utah. Brian Gregory, who's down at South Florida, he also coached at Georgia Tech, and he was at Dayton. I worked with these guys, and all those guys helped mentor me. And then it's just that the meetings within the meetings and the talks within the talks that you get a chance to talk basketball, and then the players that you're associated with that you get to coach, they teach you a lot through those relationships. So I've had a lot of people that was very instrumental in my development and helped me become the man who I am.
Definitely miss Coach Gregory. He's a great guy. I hate that Georgia Tech let him go, but I'm glad he's doing well in South Florida. But I definitely missed him. He was always good to come on the show. Always a good guy to talk to, on and off the court as well. Yeah,
BG, as we call him, he's turned a lot of programs around. And like last year, South Florida winning that CBI, and they're in a tough conference now. Still chasing their goals, but unbelievable person, like you said, off the court. Wit, humor, just a good individual to break bread with, and I enjoyed my time. I got 4 years with Coach Gregory, and very good person, good family man.
Coach Montgomery, thank you for your time today. It's been great to get you on the show finally. Hope to do it again with you real soon. Coming to Final Four this year, hope to see you in Atlanta. I'll be at the Final Four events.
I'll definitely be down there. And call me up if you want me on. I'll be down in Atlanta. Hopefully my team's down there, but if not, I'll definitely be sporting college basketball. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, Coach. Be safe. We'll definitely hit you up that weekend for sure.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, it's Mark Montgomery on the Bossman Show.
hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to use 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by the Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know all the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.